What's up, YouTube? This your boy Truckload D. This is my first official video that I'm doing. Um, I'm basically coming to you all, um, YouTube family, truck drivers, people that's thinking about getting their CDLs, whatever the case may be, that's dealing with trucking. Um, just give y'all a little insight about me. My name is D. Um, 30 years old from Birmingham, Alabama. I went and got my CDLs last year. I started with Millis Transfer. They're out of Black River Falls, Wisconsin. I actually went to school in Cartersville, Georgia. Okay. The training there was 3 weeks. You do 3 weeks there. Actually, you pay $400 for starting off. You have to sign a contract for a year. You do $400 and you pay an extra $100 to save your seat, so a total of $500. Okay, Miller's Transfer is van. They have over the road and they have a Southeast regional. Well, they actually have regionals all over. They got a Northeast and I think they got a North Carolina regional. I really don't know how that works. But that's some of the stuff that they do have. But back to what I was saying. They do have a school for you to get your CDLs. They put you in a hotel. They feed you every day. Um, and it's free. Like the food and stuff is free. They don't ask you to pay for anything. They got great instructors. If I'm not mistaken, Jack and Steve are the instructors there. Super cool. Like I learned everything I needed to learn. Well, the basics. I learned the basics. You actually don't finish learning trucking. You actually been out here. To me, 2 to 4 years is when you actually learn everything you need to learn. But at the same time, every single day it's gonna be something new that you did not know about trucking, about your truck, about your company, about yourself, or whatever. Um, but you do 3 weeks schooling, you come back for orientation, which is 2 days. Then you go out with a trainer for 15,000 miles. Your 15,000 miles really depend on you and your trainer. I had a real cool trainer. Um, and me and him ran OTR. I finished my 15,000 miles in roughly 6 weeks. They started me off at 43 cents, 41 cents, something like that. Um, I had to make pretty good amount of money, especially when I was with my trainer, because once you graduate, the 3 weeks, they set you up to take a CDL test. That's free. You don't have to pay for the CDL test. And the guy Gary that you take the test with, he's real cool. Pretty much everybody up there cool. I mean, I really can't complain. And this is at the Cartersville terminal. I'm speaking on the Cartersville terminal right now. But they're real cool. They joke, talk a little smack with you or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's in there meaning no harm. Um, some of the places that they do go really is anything I-35 East. They do run New York. They ask you, do you want to run New York before they just throw you to New York. The regional, you will get home every weekend. If you want to go home Thursdays, they will let you go home Thursday. If you come back out of your 34, you can. If you want to stay 48, you will, and you can. They do a lot of um, they do a lot of beer. They do some. Let's see. I can't really think of what else they do. I really never even paid attention to what I be having sometimes, you know what I mean? But I know they do beer a lot. Um, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. Really never delivered to Mississippi, Florida, never delivered to Louisiana, Indiana, Ohio, PA, Wisconsin, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Texas, Oklahoma. I've been to all those places with just Millis. Um, I ended up leaving Millis back in February. I had a child, and once I tried to go back, they didn't rehire me for some odd reason. Some people said it was due because of my logs. Some people said because I had a preventable and a non-preventable, but whatever. I'm not tripping, and I'm not here to bash Millis. Millis is a great company. I mean, it really is. I can't even complain about it. Starting pay for, like I said, regional, I think is 36 cents. They do the per diem thing or the straight pay. OTR drivers start off at I think 41 cents. They have a terminal in Georgia, Albany, Georgia, um, North Carolina, Eden, North Carolina, Ohio, which is Trent, Ohio. I think they have two in Wisconsin, and they also last year they had merged with Heartland Express, so you can also stay at Heartland. The only one I know is in Atlanta. So you can stay at the Heartland terminals. They're not going to trip. They're not going to ask you like, nah, you can't stay here. They're like one big family now. Their trucks are Kenworth. They're pretty good with the Kenworth trucks. I mean, you get satellite radio, you get cable with a TV already installed. It's like a mini fridge. If you regional, you got like a mini fridge already installed. Your truck, I mean, I haven't seen too many companies that give you all of that and still, you know, they expect a lot out of you, but they don't like do too much crazy stuff. Like they don't have crazy appointment times, They don't force nothing on you. You don't really leave until you say you hit ready for dispatch. You know what I mean? What else can I say about Millis? Like I said, everybody's really cool. If you want to get your CDLs, think about getting your CDLs, call Millis. After I left Millis, I went to Ozark Motor Lines, which is out of Memphis, Tennessee. Um, Ozark was a real good company as well. They're mainly over the road. They do have a regional, which you have to be there like 3 months. They started me off at 45 cents. You really, they don't really have a problem with getting you home unless it's something that's like if you wanted 4 days off and you only been out 10 days, that's probably a problem because the way they work 10 days out, 2 days home, 14 days out, 3 days home. I think the next one is 21 days out, 4 days, and 28 days is 5 days. So if you ask for 4 days and you only been out 10, they're probably going to deny it and say, hey, you can only take two. Ozark has a lot of FedEx freight. I mean, a lot of it. You run majority of FedEx freight overnight, and I couldn't stand it. You really run it overnight. Some people like overnight. Some people actually enjoy doing it. I just didn't enjoy doing it because my body is used to me being asleep at night. You know what I mean? Um, they have a terminal in Memphis, Tennessee. They have one in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm not certain where another terminal. Well, let me take that back. Maysville, Kentucky. They have another terminal there. Besides those three, I'm not certain where any other Ozark terminals are. Ozark, like I said, have a lot of FedEx load. They have a lot of international paper loads. And then sometimes you just pick up something that you ain't never sure what it is. Like I picked up bubble wrap one time. It didn't weigh but like 1,000 pounds, but it was a good load. I got paid for it. It gave me a lot of miles. I drove it from Indiana to Dothan, Alabama. So it was like a 700-mile run, and it was only 1,000 pounds of bubble wrap or whatnot. Um, real cool company. I had a couple problems. I mean, I'm not expecting no trucking company to be perfect. I don't think any of them are perfect. And the stuff that I will complain about, the next person probably will complain about. So it wasn't as if, I quit because, you know, I didn't like Ozark or whatever. Um, I quit because I wanted to be at the house with my child more. So I ended up leaving. I stayed off for like 3 weeks, and now, I'm at Jordan Carriers, which is a flatbed company. And right now, this is my second day at Jordan Carriers. Uh, Once again, it's a real cool company. From what I can see, the people here at Jordan Carriers in Natchez, Mississippi, they are really family oriented. Like it's not even a big company like that, but they are real family oriented. Like everybody's got their hand out to help you if you need help. They don't really just throw you out there in the water. Like I said, I'm not here to bash any companies. I really rather praise any company that's out there more than bash them, because I've had better days than I had than bad days with any of three companies that I named. Yes, I have set and done a 34 without a load before. Yes, I've been stuck out on a weekend before. Yes, I've sat at a shop or whatever, 24 hours. Yes, my check has been messed up before. But if you know anybody that's been trucking long enough, know that all that comes with it. It's a lot of it. No, I didn't want to go to New York one time. I ended up going to New York. I had to go to New Jersey. My truck was messed up in New Jersey. I got stuck in New Jersey. And I ain't even at a truck stop. Things happen. So it wasn't nothing like they told me I would be at home every weekend and I don't get home but once a month. It's nothing like that. They real deal. Millis and in Ozark were real deal. Was getting me home pretty much when I asked to go home. I knew how it was. I don't expect you, and that's the thing. These trucking companies only can give you what they got. If you live in Virginia and they have a load to, North Carolina, you probably say, I don't want to go to North Carolina. I'm not going to get home Friday. That load is going to get me home Saturday. That's all they got. That's all they got. And if you coming in the trucking, you have to realize and be mindful that not they're not sending you home because they just want to be low down. They're really not sending you home because that's really probably all that they got to get you even close to your house. So um, just be mindful about that when you come into trucking. Trucking is a real good industry. This is one of the smartest decisions I've ever made, was to get my CDLs. I also have tankers. I have hazmats. I have a twit card. All these things is just when you get them, it's basically like more money, more money, more money, more money on top of money. You know, don't ever let nobody tell you that, oh, you drive van, you don't make no money, or if you drive flatbed, you make less than this person. The thing about driving, and I only been driving for 8 months, and one of the things that I have realized is that you have to do what you like to do. The person that drive flatbed might not like driving van or driving reefer. The person that drive reefer might not want to drive tankers. The person that drive tankers probably don't want to drive triple and doubles or low deck or low boys or step deck. Into that, you have to get what you like, what's comfortable for you. Some people don't like getting out the truck. Some people like getting out the truck doing work. Some people just really want to just drive all day, sightsee. Some people don't want to leave the city. Some people don't want to leave 500 miles from the house. You have to kind of pick what you like to do. And the thing about it is all available. That's the good thing about getting your CDLs. Any and everything that you want to do is available in trucking. If it's from being local to going over the road and saying, I want to do all 50 states. There's a company that will let you do all 50 states. If I was to tell anybody the plan of what to do, if you wanted to do something, always get with a company and stay for at least a year. I didn't do that. I was hot headed. I was kind of tired of Millis. Um, I was when that pandemic hit. I felt as if they still wasn't giving me enough miles, and I had mouths to feed. So that's why I wanted to leave. But at the same time, I learned from that, and I mean everything happens for a reason. I feel like I wanted to be a Jordan anyway when I did my reviews and the application. I kind of wanted to be a Jordan. It wasn't a money thing. It was more of I wanted to do flatbed. So that's the choice that I made. Now, I still have friends that work at Miller's and they love van. They don't want to do the flatbed, and I can't convince them to make them do it. I can only tell them what I'm got going on over here versus what they got going on over there. Um, Besides that, you know, another big thing in trucking is to, like, if I was to tell anybody something, is always be mindful of what you're doing and what you got going on. Don't ever get in the truck thinking I know more than what they think I know. If someone is willing to help you, just listen, because they could be telling you something that could potentially save your life. I was at the point where when I was driving, and I was driving for like 3 months, that I felt as if like, oh well, I can start eating while I drive, or I can start doing this while I drive, and that's when you start getting complacent, and it happens to any and everybody. Don't be that person, because the sooner you think, oh well, I'm good now, you really not. You can start messing up stuff. The minute you thinking, oh, I don't have to get out my truck and look anymore, that's when you hit something. You know, that's just the nature of the beast. I'm gonna just be real. I've hit something. I hit a trailer before. Don't tell nobody though. But I hit a trailer before. I didn't damage it. It didn't leave any no nothing. But it happened. And the thing about it is that was one of the times where I was like, nah, I ain't getting out the truck. It's too early. I mean, it's tight. I ain't getting out no truck. I could see. As soon as I did that, hit the trailer, it humbled me real quick. Because had that have been a trailer that was connected to a tractor, and then now somebody was in it, you gotta say, hey, you just hit the truck, you gotta turn this in. Now I got a whole nother preventable on my record. So, like I said, just don't be complacent. Truck can make good money. I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen a $1,300-$1,400 check, and that's just starting out trucking. I've seen low checks. I've seen a $300 check before. But at the end of the day, like I said, it really just depends on what you want to do, how you want to run, when you want to run, how available are you. Don't come to trucking thinking, oh, I can go out here and make $1,000 a week and go home, be at home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My first year, it's not gonna happen. They're gonna run you. That's it. Really, what it is. They're gonna run you, and that's fine though, because all you're doing is gaining experience. When you get your year in, and the company asks you, hey, where all have you been, or how many miles you think you've driven? You can't. I mean, 20,000 miles is a lot of miles, but it's not a lot of miles for trucking. You want to tell them, hey, I drove 45, 50,000 miles in 1 year with the same company, no accidents. Um, I never had write-ups, anything. You go to these customers, you don't have to be rude. You just give them what they want, get back in your truck, do what you're supposed to do. You out of there. And like I said, times is going to be frustrating. There's going to be times where it's too cold outside. You like, man, I'm not getting out this truck, or I don't feel like getting out this truck. Or there might be times where it's too hot. You're like, I don't want to get out this truck. You know what I mean? So, like I said, just be mindful of all that. CdLs is where is it? You're going to learn how to bag up pre-trip. You're going to learn the insides of the truck. And I know it's going to sound like a lot. Trust me, I thought I wasn't going to make it. I was like, man, I can't learn all this, you know, you know, 3 weeks. It's possible. If you stick with it long enough, give it some real deep thought, and just think about what you're really doing. Like, this is not that bad. I can really do this. And it'll all come to you. But like I said, this is my first video. In the comment section, you can comment, ask me anything, get back at you as soon as possible. I'm in training now, flatbed training. Like I said, I'm at Jordan Carriers right now. If you are interested in joining Carriers, you can let me know. I can tell you how my process is working. If you want to put me down as a referral for Jordan Carriers, my name is Devarius Turner. I will drop my name in the whatever the little thing called. Like I said, I'm new to this, but I'll drop my name down there. Hit me up, ask me questions, whatever. Subscribe. I want to hear from you all, and I also be able to help you on decisions or whatever it is that you got going on. But I can help you. I will help you. My video is gonna get fire. I'm gonna be showing y'all how I'm doing stuff, how they doing stuff at Jordan. You got a question about Millis, you got a question about Ozark, whoever it's about, you can write me personally, and I'm gonna get back with you. So once again, it's your boy Truckload D. Get at me. Y'all stay safe.